Setting up a data pipeline between MySQL and Snowflake is a very popular pipeline option. Today, I'm going to show you how to do that with Arcion Cloud. So we're going to assume that you already have a MySQL instance started and populated with some data, and you also have a Snowflake instance created as well. You don't need any data in the Snowflake instance for right now. If you want to follow along exactly, you can follow the blog that will be in the description. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is log in to Arcion Cloud, and that is cloud.arcion.io. Once we've signed up and logged in, we'll click New Replication. We'll give this replication a name and just simply put it MySQL to Snowflake. Then we're going to pick Full as our replication mode, and then Truncating as our write mode. Then we'll click Next. On our next screen here, we're going to set up our source, which is going to be our MySQL database. For that, we'll click Create New, then select MySQL, and you'll see the check over top of it, and then we'll click Continue. Here, we're going to need to add in a couple details about our new connection configuration. I'm going to name this CDC Retail because we're going to use a retail data set. That's what's in the companion blog to this. Demo-source. Now, I currently have a database running in AWS, so I'm going to plug in the host, port, username, and password. And once you have it filled out, you will click Save Connection. Then what we'll do is we're actually going to sync this connector, and that's going to fetch our schemas, and we'll be able to see them here to make sure that it worked. Click Sync Connector. This may take a few moments to grab the schema, and you'll see that it pulled down our schema. Just do a quick check to make sure everything's there as anticipated. Then after that, we'll click Continue. Then we'll click Test Connection just to make sure everything is working well. You should get Test Connection Result Passed, and you can see all of the checks that were done. Then we'll click Done, and then do Continue to Destination. From here, we're going to add Snowflake, so we'll click New Connection. We'll select Snowflake. You'll see the check mark on the top there. Then click Continue. Then we'll name this CDC Retail Demo-Destination. Then I'm going to plug in my details here to connect to my Snowflake instance. Once we've filled in our details here, we'll click Save Connection. Then, as we did with the source, we're also going to sync that connection. So we'll do Sync Connector. So I can see that it's retrieved two things. It's retrieved the Snowflake sample data schemas, and it's also retrieved my Arcion CDC demo. Again, if you do want to follow exactly along, in the description, there is a way to set up these data sources so it matches exactly what we're doing here. So now that we have this configured, let's click Continue. Then I'll click Test Connection. You'll see that my connection result has passed, and again, you can see which checks we performed. We'll click Done, then we'll do Continue to Filter. Since we want to replicate and migrate everything over, we're going to actually click Select All. Now, if you wanted to choose specific fields, you could do that, but we're going to select all of them for right now. Then I'm going to click Save. Then I'm going to click Start Replication. From here, you can start to see that we're replicating data over, and you can see what our replication rate is and our progress. And if you have an error, you'll be able to see them in the error log here. You'll also be able to see the trace log here as well. If you do get an error, you won't see running. You'll actually see error up here, and then you can come down here to see exactly what that is. Now that we have this pipeline set up, this data will currently migrate from MySQL over into Snowflake. And then as new rows are added to MySQL, Arcion will actually detect that through change data capture and move those changes over into Snowflake. For more details on the capabilities of Arcion, check out arcion.io.